What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Fox, Marvel, Disney mega video, and also information as to when Captain Cold is actually returning to the Arrowverse. So, we have got the biggest news, which personally I never thought would ever see the light of day. If you're new to the channel, please do drop a like, please do subscribe down below, and well, let's just strap in and talk about the Fox-Disney merger. So, yes, it's finally happened. Fox is now under the control of Disney. Now, this isn't including the Sky News and Fox News kind of sections, but it is including all of the kind of the movie and TV properties and the TV channels, which is pretty massive. And obviously for us here at Superheronexus, the biggest impact of that is the fact that we will not only be getting the X-Men, but we will also be getting the Fantastic Four as well. And Bob Iger has actually said, he's gone on record really, and I was a bit surprised that he went on this record so soon with this news, and actually said that we're also looking forward to expanding the Marvel Cinematic Universe to include X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Deadpool. So that's pretty much confirmation that X-Men, Fantastic Four, and Deadpool are actually going to be coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which really we would actually expect anyway, to be honest. And but the most shocking one is the fact that Deadpool will be carrying on. And, well, Deadpool is obviously R-rated. It is, well, 18 UK. It is absolutely kind of completely the opposite of anything we've seen in the EU. And what I personally expect would actually happen is the fact that, well, I expect kind of low-level MCU characters to actually come into Deadpool, just like the way we had Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead we come in to Deadpool 1. I think that, and they mentioned Deadpool sequels as well. So it looks like we're getting a hell of a lot more Deadpool films, and hopefully we will get Wolverine pop up with Deadpool as well, considering the fact that, well, they now have X-Men and Fantastic Four. So this is absolutely massive. It just doesn't have implications on the MCU. It has implications across the board, right through to The Simpsons as well, considering, well, Lisa could be technically a Disney princess, which is just freaking insane. It is just wild here, and the kind of, it is literally a geek's dream come true with everything that is happening here in this. And, well, it now opens up and blasts open the wide for the next phase in Marvel cinema. We know that Avengers 4 will be capping off the last 10 years of the MCU. Well, that leads us with future phases, obviously phase 4 and beyond, which is what I think will definitely happen, in the fact that I think that the X-Men will be in Avengers 4, because this merger or kind of acquisition will be taking place over 12 to 15 months, which then leaves us enough time for Avengers 4 to be planned. Obviously, Infinity War is completely filmed. I imagine they're working through the post-production right now on the movie, so they can easily digitally add at least 1 or 2 X-Men in there. But I think they'll probably actually, towards this movie, we'll see some sort of major Easter egg. And then in Avengers 4, they'll fully introduce mutants in. And I expect that this will lead in to Avengers versus X-Men. So Avengers 4 will actually lead in, or kind of the next phase. So phase 4 will lead up to the next kind of Avengers 5, which will be Avengers versus X-Men, until they realise that there is another threat. And that another threat is Galactus. And we'll see Silver Surfer appear. I know we've seen that in Rise of the Silver Surfer, but I think that the only way they can actually top Thanos for the last 10 years is actually by having a world-ending threat of Galactus. And we've had the Watchers introduced as well into this. So the Watchers can hint to kind of, we've got major things coming in. So the ground is set for Fantastic Four as well. Now, what would be really cool is if we actually had some sort of young Reed Richards scientist come up and kind of reveal he's going off on an expedition, and we see that in the background of different movies, and then that leads into the Fantastic Four. which then leads us into them probably heralding the return or the appearance of Galactus. I expect that kind of after Thanos' threat on Earth, that will then open up Earth to the rest of the universe, and they'll realise that, well, Terra is not one to be messed with, unless, of course, you're Galactus and eat planets. So that's what I think they're going with this next. That's what I think will happen, personally. I think that would definitely make a lot of sense. So we could possibly see Avengers vs. X-Men, and then, of course, Galactus as the threat throughout. So each one of these kind of next 3 phases, that will lead us into something really, really cool. So what do you guys think in the comments? Do you want to see Galactus as the big bad, the major threat for the next 10 years? I personally do. I think it would be nice to, or kind of really cool to see him actually devouring planets in different space products. So in Guardians of the Galaxy 3, we could lead into everything that is happening here. So let me know what you think in the comments on that one. And of course, let me know what you think, what your biggest threat or fears are. Because really, we could lead into Dark Phoenix possibly being cancelled. I mean, Disney, they've got money, and I can't see them really wanting to release a subpar X-Men film, kind of not as good as what the Marvel Studios could actually do, when they're going to be releasing Infinity War a couple of months later. And, well, it also brings threat as well. But them cancelling it would be a huge waste of money. And, well, the film is pretty much, obviously, most of it is filming right now, and they've already begun the production for it. So if they were going to cancel it, they would have probably done it already by now. Now, next up, of course, we've got Captain Cold returning to The Flash in 2018. So this isn't actually Citizen Cold, but this is going to be Captain Cold. And we actually had Wentworth Miller speak to Diamond Dust Creations at a Comic-Con, at the German Comic-Con, and he actually mentioned that he will be returning to the show. So this will actually be his final episode as the character, although he keeps saying, he said that he's done with the show, but he keeps coming back. So yeah, it's really, really weird, but I'm excited to see him come back. Hopefully he sticks around, because I really do like Captain Cold. I like Wentworth Miller, and it was nice seeing him as Citizen Cold, and I really did actually hope that Citizen Cold would stick around. However, that is it for this video. Please drop a like, please subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.